Hello friends, my name is Roscoe Bindleton and I'm traveling with my friends Effendra, Martaugh, and Poppy. Recently we've had some issues. Someone put an evil worm in our heads that can turn us into mind flayers, so that's not great. We tried to save a village and accidentally made them close off the grove so everyone is trapped inside forever, and we've barely been able to hold back our desire to exterminate every goblin in sight. We're pretty sure Effendra is using dark magic to try to gain power by any means necessary, so let's just say things are spiraling. And as we explored the town that used to be full of alive goblins, we ran into a big problem. Or was it a big opportunity? It turns out ogres like to eat things and people. And since I'm technically both things and people, I had to start thinking pretty quickly. I decided to go into politician mode, and I immediately started lying and fabricating stories that made me look really impressive. I told them I was a big deal, my apartment smelled of rich mahogany, and I had many leather-bound books, and that I was in tight with the absolute. This was a goblin village after all, and they were all slack-jawed and starry-eyed at the thought of the absolute. Why should ogres be any different? They decided not to eat me, which was a great thing because I'm pretty sure I would have been delicious. The ogres didn't really care much for the absolute though, but this smart ogre knew how to cut a deal. He liked two things, food and money. I didn't have a lot of money, but I had been killing a lot of things and people, so I made them an offer.
Oh shit.
I knew it wouldn't be easy getting an ogre to work for me with only corpses for payment, but I didn't know it would be this hard.
Yeah.
Oh, baby!
Let's
Oh,
go! Let's fucking go!
I can't believe that worked.
We have a deal, my tasty kibble.
Why does he say it sexy like that?
Lump the Enlightened gave us a horn, and that horn would allow us to call him and his friends to help us in battle anytime that we wanted. And we knew we had to save this for the perfect opportunity.
Do we have ogre attack hounds?
Yes.
We do? That's brilliant. Fuck yeah, buddy.
Oh my
That
god,
was way better
bro.
than what I expected. Holy shit.
That's amazing. Well then.
Now let's loot their house.
We carried on looting the village and we stumbled upon some goblins that were still hanging around town. They weren't interested in fighting, and we were trying to avoid our desire to kill every last goblin in the world. We thought that maybe playing it cool would help us lose the tadpoles. However, that wasn't going to stop us from disrespecting our surroundings. We were turning over tables, smashing bottles, and generally pillaging the entire city in front of their faces. As far as we were concerned, the goblins could square up if they had an issue. As a bard, I'm required to have a great memory for telling stories, but for some reason, I have a section of lost time that I just can't remember. I do remember going into a cellar, and I remember brief glimpses of a mirror with a magical face deep within. I just couldn't quite piece it all together. I suspect Effendra is to blame. Didn't come out of this trance and start making memories again until we were deep in a battle with 2 phase spiders and 2 enter caps. I believe being struck in battle rang my bell just hard enough to wake me up. I had no idea if I was the only one who had been blacked out, but we centered ourselves quickly. Effendra and Martaugh took the high ground while Poppy and I fought shoulder to shoulder. Poppy viciously ended the enter cap that had tried to get in our face. In a way, this battle was pretty unsettling for me. We were fighting creatures I had no experience with. I was dazzled by the teleporting and quick strikes while we were surrounded by web and fire, and Effendra's attacks were just adding to the magnificent light show. Phase spiders are crafty, but when they take their chance to strike, you've got them right where you want them. The College of Swords yet again proved useful as I dismantled another enemy. Poppy really stood out here. She killed 2 of the slime sacks by herself. Looks like those spiders should have ran off to mommy instead of trying to fight us.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, whoa, uh-oh.
There's a level 5 phase spider matriarch over here.
Oh, that's probably bad.
Ah, nuts. It's mommy. Now we're in a sticky pickle.
Where them gams at? Where them spider gams?
Well, there's a bunch of fucking eggs over there.
We decided that taking out the little spiders was going to make our lives easier, so we started hacking away with fire in our eyes. Well, actually, I started freezing them with ice on my breath.
Oh, that's the move. That's the move.
Hey lady, look at your babies. Look at them.
I inspired Poppy, and the remaining spooderlings started to teleport all over the battleground. Poppy was surrounded, but luckily she didn't skip dance class. She was dodging and evading almost all of the attacks with ease. During this battle, I didn't get to see much of what Martaugh and Effendra were up to. I guess that happens when you're knee-deep in arachnids. Luckily, Poppy and I were doing some excellent teamwork. She greased up the horde. The enemy was quick to strike back, but their numbers were dwindling fast.
Yeah, fuck off, dude.
Kanai lit him ablaze with a bottle of alchemist fire.
They should all burn to death now.
I noticed that Effendra was taking a nap, so I headed up into the most dangerous area so I could wake her up with some smooth jazz. Now, I've seen a horsefly, and I've seen a housefly, but I ain't never seen a dwarf fly. Martaugh leapt in, took a raging swing, and decimated Mommy Longlegs. I'm glad I was there for that one.
Oh, nice.
I saved Effendra's life and went on with the hunt. I really found the balance with that effort, and I was pleased. And then I was much less pleased when Martaugh was left picking teeth up off the floor, because it turns out that 900-pound spiders are strong. Who would have guessed that little piece of trivia? Poppy found some relief at the bottom of a bottle, and let's be honest, we've all been there before. She lashed out at the critter in front of her, but the arrow only grazed the thick, sticky carapace it was meant to pierce, which is why Poppy ran for her life. Running doesn't help much, though, when the damned enemies can teleport. She lived thanks to the potion, and that'll do for now. I would have been very upset to see my team in such a state of blood and exhaustion, but how can you feel bad when you're at the Flying Dwarf Circus? First and foremost, I'm an entertainer, but I've also become a warrior and a medic. I knew I had to start shoving the blood back into my team as fast as possible, so I threw a healing word or two in the direction of Poppy, and then I rushed forward to fill Martaugh up with some filthy pulsating magic. It was only a minor improvement, but making the dwarf feel even more heroic, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Never mind, he died. It's okay, don't panic, we have the technology to fix him. Poppy went in for the kill on the same spider she barely damaged before, and the same thing happened again. Either that's a really badass 8-legged web shitter, or we need to get Poppy a new crossbow. Oh, maybe he is just really badass. That's a lot of damage. Effendra had had enough. It was time to kill it, and she was going to kill it with fire. I guess there was something about shooting enormous damage into her face and burning her kids alive that made the big one mad. Some people are so sensitive. She really seemed tougher than ever. She ate Martaugh's entire butt, dodged Poppy's attacks, took very little damage from Effendra's massive fire spell, and she even dodged my attack. Had Lady Luck been on our side, this battle would have been over and we'd be back to camp licking our wounds. I needed Martaugh back. He would either cleave this extraordinary monster in half, or he would eat another series of attacks so I didn't have to. He dodged one, he felt almost no pain from the next. This was our chance! A flurry of rogue backstabs, a massive swing from Martaugh, and a stab in the mandibles from yours truly. She survived, and my heart began to race. But just then, Effendra.
Not fucking around this time. Die with fucking fire.
And to the victor go the spoils. A robe tailor-made for wizards who tread too closely to the dark arts. Gee, I wonder who will wear that. Maybe our resident supervillain, Effendra? I'm being too hard on her. I don't know for sure that she'd erase our memory because she led us down some evil path. Hey, what is this book that she's looking at? The memory seared back into my brain. We were with her when she acquired this book. We weren't supposed to be there, and there had been many traps and locks in the way to prevent anyone from finding this tome. The spider had been guarding something. This cursed amethyst was the key to open this book. Effendra has planned this entire excursion, but why did she have to hide it from us? I tried to focus, but Poppy was saying some real crazy, out-of-pocket stuff.
Oh, you're gonna get purple jizz in your mouth.
Effendra opened the book and tendrils of magic started attempting to tear into her mind. Luckily, Effendra is absolutely insane, so she's used to grappling with demons.
If you fail this,
Oh.
you're cheating.
I tried my hardest.
You really did, didn't you?
Yeah.
She saved herself from any mental anguish, but I barely even want to turn a normal page. I can't understand why she'd go through all of this just to read a book.
Oh, I need bardic inspiration for sure.
I wish I had one to give you.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Oh no.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
I believe. No!
Oh no. Oh, roll again.
Inspiration! Nat 20, here we go, baby. Here it comes. No!
We all found ourselves supporting this maddening quest for power. I think we'd been slowly conditioned to accept Effendra as the evil dark wizard that she had become. Besides, we weren't on some noble quest to save the world. We were on a selfish quest to stop ourselves from becoming Squidward.
May
That was the time.
that be ever in your favor.
Oh!
Wow! We must not be the only ones on board with this descent into darkness. Lady Luck had now shown a great deal of support. That's as much as she could glean from the book for now, and with all that she'd learned from this book, she had a newfound thirst for knowledge, and found herself being a little more wise than she was before. And while we're doing a little segue here, I'd like to remind everyone that we still have the crumpled corpse of Lysel sitting in Martaugh's pocket, bulging out his dungarees so much that at first I thought he was just happy to see me.
Yeah,
All I know is I had 300 gold at one point, and now I have 80, and I've never bought anything.
I don't touch anybody's gold. I don't take anything out of anybody's stuff. I just put stuff in your inventory and try to encumber you.
My goals are beyond your understanding.
We gathered near a suspicious wall, and as we considered our next step, the topic of merchants came up. Unfortunately, the only merchant we had met this entire time was now locked in a cage of brambles for the rest of his life, and Poppy reminded us that we should be more careful with merchants.
Fuck that druid. That druid was gonna kill a kid. That druid needed to die. Fuck that druid.
I'm just saying.
He's gonna use a snack. She's gonna use a snack to kill a kid.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But,
Yeah.
but she didn't.
It was time to find a way into this fun little hidey hole. We found ourselves in an abandoned blacksmith shop. There was plenty of loot, but there was also some plans for a mysterious way to improve a standard blade. Intriguing indeed, but we needed more resources to pull this off. I strode to a chest with the swagger and style of a swarthy swashbuckler, because the battles were over for now and looting was fairly laid back. Except for when the random chests explode on your face. Owie! It's okay, nobody saw that, just walk it off. Unfortunately, I broke the ladder.
I gotta throw you up there.
Throw
You
me.
have to unlock that chest.
Don't tell anyone, but you gotta toss me.
Fucking toss her, bud.
Apparently, Effendra had been up to even more than we previously thought she was when she put us under. She was now friends with a literal demon. He was kind of a silly little guy, as it were.
Tall, skinny, prick with ears.
We learned that its name was Shovels. How can you hate a demon named Shovels? You can't, so stop trying. Shovels was also into some pretty cool stuff.
Gutting locals, raising the dead, making them walk, making them scream.
Oh, I like this guy.
We also found a lovely enchanted sword for Poppy in this workshop, but it was time to move on. I would finally get to inspect the area under the windmill, which I had been trying to do for actual days. While I waited for the others, I took advantage of the view to see what was in store for us.
Oh, hey, I have something to show you guys.
They made me walk away from the cellar, again.
I really need you to come with me.
Bruh, I want you guys to know, I've been trying to go in the cellar underneath that windmill since we saw it, like 5 gameplay hours ago. And I was finally in there, and now we're all walking away.
In my head, I thought we were already down there.
I was jealous of Poppy's new sword. Everyone had a magical weapon of some kind except for me, and I just wanted something nice. Unfortunately...
Come on, guns.
You tug at the dagger until the blade snaps in.
No!
The sharp end is still stuck inside.
Oh, fuck.
And even more unfortunately, we heard the sound of coitus from this barn, and we knew we couldn't just let goblins reproduce. As with most things, this got less and less fortunate as time went on. It wasn't a pair of goblins shagging, it was a bugbear and an ogrette.
No,
Yeah,
something
look at that
supposed to be
bitch's
seen there?
titties.
We waited too long, and now we have to kill butt hair.
Well, do we want to just disengage then, or are we fighting?
No, I want to fucking kill him.
Fight.
Fuck him.
Okay.
Sure, I would love to bury my face in those huge titties, but it wasn't meant to be this round.
What the fuck? Why did I hit you?
Oh my god. She is a traitor! I knew it!
Starting to wonder if I can trust any of my party members.
Stop looking at me with those swords.
Effendra dropped a magic missile directly into the munch box of our new furry friend, and I rushed in to finish him. I mean, not like how the ogress was gonna finish him. I mean, I killed him. Anyway, Butthair got really mad about that. And I'm not joking.
damn.
Her name was Butthair. Ogres kinda suck at naming each other. Poppy got absolutely walloped.
It's alright, she just gave you a little bit of the night-night juice.
But she struck back just fine, and Effendra dropped another impressive magic missile. We finished the ogre with ease, and Effendra started talking to corpses, because I guess that's her hobby or something. We didn't learn much. This guy was just trying to get in where he fit in, and we came up here with the worst kind of C block you could imagine. Sorry, little dude. I did finally make it into the cellar under the windmill, and I even found the lost backpack of the Deep Gnome. It was basically a packed-up lunchbox, completely not worth the efforts, but I suppose it's better than nothing. And with that, the entire blighted village had been ransacked, raided, and otherwise pillaged. We befriended a large group of ogres, and we slapped some bugbear sweetmeat out of another. And most importantly, we've accepted Effendra as the dark wizard that she has become. Maybe we can use her powers for good, or at least to help get ourselves cured. In the next episode, we save an innocent old lady from being attacked by a wild group of thugs, and we also learn that things are not always what they seem. But that's a tale for another time, and if you'd like to make sure that you see it, I invite you to subscribe to the channel. Of course, liking and sharing can really help me defeat the boss monster that is the algorithm, but for now, I want to thank you for watching. I have been Rage Panda 1, and I will see you in the next one.